Members of Congress are calling for answers after a recent investigation into the VA healthcare system found some disturbing trends. Last week, an Inewsource investigation found that VA administrators are overruling doctors' orders to keep patients in the federally funded veterans healthcare system. Some veterans are forced to go without care. Others have racked up huge amounts of debt by paying out of pocket to go out of the VA network. Inewsource has been following this story for months now, and editor Mary Plummer is joining us now with this update. Good morning to you, Mary. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Eric.
Give us a brief recap of the issue here, and then tell us what the big update is here.
Sure. So our reporter, Jill Castellano, had been on this story for about 6 months. It's one of our biggest investigations this year. She found that VA administrators are preventing some veterans from getting much needed medical care, as you mentioned. This includes things like cancer treatment, mental health care services, types of care that are badly needed but not available within the VA system. So patients who were in need of these services were going to outside providers. She also found that these access problems ramped up over the past 2 years as the VA sought to retain patients and save money. At the same time, some veterans turned to paying for medical care out of pocket because they couldn't get the VA's help. In our reporting, we feature one Navy veteran with stage 4 cancer who racked up $30,000 in medical debt. So for some of these folks, really large amounts of money that they were having to shell out of pocket.
Yeah, a big revelation that you guys have looked into here, and it's caught the eye of some members of Congress, right? What's the update?
So the response to this reporting came fairly quickly after this investigation published. Members of Congress described our investigation as troubling, alarming, and unacceptable. They emphasized that the issues raised by the reporting merit further congressional scrutiny. The Office of Representative Mike Bost, who is a ranking member of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, said he's looking at proposing legislation that would address veterans' concerns. Bost is a Republican from Illinois, and we've got all the details on how lawmakers and advocates have responded to this reporting up on our website, inewsource.org.
Well, if the VA knows that Congress is now aware, you'd think that there would be some action and some changes that are being made by the VA. Have you heard of any things that are in the works as far as changes are concerned?
So the VA at this point has not responded to the investigation since it published, but we did hear from the president of the San Diego Veterans Coalition, who said that he plans to work closely with the San Diego VA director to address concerns about hospitals' patient advocates, which came up in our reporting as problematic. I can also tell you that in mid-October, the VA announced that it will be phasing out the offices that process outside healthcare requests and creating a new program to handle those responsibilities. So at least on that front, there is some change coming. Some
reforms in the works here. Okay, so for veterans watching this right now, they're saying, look, I need outside medical care, but I'm running into challenges with how this whole thing works. Or potentially they already are going through that process and, like you said, spending tens of thousands of dollars for their treatments. What can these people do?
So we have a ton of resources up on our website, inewsource.org. We actually created a step-by-step guide that walks veterans through exactly what you can do if you're running into trouble at the VA with this outside care. We also produced an animated video that is a great place to start if you're new to this issue and wanting to learn more. That's also up on our website. And of course, we'll be following this reporting. So if anyone out there has story tips or has run into personal problems, we'd be happy to put you in touch with a reporter. inewsource.org is our website.
All right. Thank you guys for staying on top of this VA investigation. Of course, the VA has done tremendous work for a lot of our veterans. It looks like you guys are unearthing some issues within the department, and I'm sure there's going to be some developments here in the near future. Mary, you're staying on top of it.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, and we'll see you back here for another update, hopefully in the near future.